Okay, are we live? We are live. Great. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the GXSimmer, and this is my first ever GXSimmer Rants live. And I'm so happy to be doing this and speaking with you today. I just hope that this is a really great live stream. We can sit around, just talk about The Sims, talk about whatever else comes to mind, and answer your questions too. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to show up, if anybody shows up, because I am a small channel, and the likelihood of people showing up to your first live stream is not very high. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that I think are relevant. Now, when I thought about doing a video today, I wasn't going to talk about the latest news, which is the supposed leak that happened, but I also wanted to talk about some other things like how to improve your game. Some things you may not know about improving your game. And I didn't want to sit and edit because it takes so much time. And I thought, you know, I really want to do a live stream, but I wanted to wait for a certain milestone. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that yet. So I said, you know what? No time like the present. Let's do this. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk Sims. I'm going to answer some questions. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to have a great time. And if you really like this content, of course, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, click notifications down below so you always know when I'm coming out with new content. Let's talk about what's going on today. Okay, so if you hear some noise in the background, I've got windows open. It's a really nice day. And, you know, it's just great to have air in the office. Sometimes this office gets really stuffy and you just need some air in here. And it's hot out today. So this office stays relatively cool during the day. So I'm very fortunate during the summer. All right. So I'm going to bring up first how to improve your game. You know, there are some things I think that some people are aware of that they may not have known about, sorry. And I'm going to share that information with you now. All right, so let's do share screen here. Yeah, I know. Okay. And let's see, window. Yes, thank you. All right. So, screen is up. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. All right. So, over here, you've got the Sims4 folder. And if you notice, there are a couple of files, a lot of files in here. But there are two that are very important that may slow down your game. And if you're not aware of these files and you're not aware of the impact of these files, you know, this could be one of the reasons why you're experiencing severe lag. This could be one of the reasons why you're experiencing a lot of difficulty. So one of the things I can advise you to do, and this was actually taught to me by Krennic on Answer HQ. In fact, Krennic has a whole blog about things you can do to improve your game, and I advise you to really check this out. But I'm going to share this with you today. This is something I learned from Krennic. If you go to this file, which is client DB package, just delete it like that. And then go down to a local thumbnail package and delete that. All right. Now, when you restart your game, these files are going to come back. But you're going to notice that your game is going to be a lot more fluid when it runs. So, delete those two files. They may save you a lot of trouble. And again, this is for PC Mac only. If you're on console, this does not apply to you. So if you're on PC Mac, make sure that you try this and see how it works. And if you have any difficulty, reference Answer HQ, look up Krennic's blog. They'll explain it more in detail. Now, another thing I do regularly to keep my game safe is I back up at least once a week, especially if you have a really, a game you really want to save characters on and you're worried that your game's going to crash. You're worried, back it up once a week. And one of the best ways to have a backup is not only to keep it, hey, hello there, Ron, my good friend Ron from Ron Harris Muscle. So nice to see you. Thank you for coming to the live today. I really appreciate that. And of course, if you guys love bodybuilding, I love bodybuilding. I really do. I've loved it since I was 9 years old. My friend Ron Harris here has some amazing bodybuilding content. He does contest coverage. He talks all things bodybuilding. He talks fitness. He talks health. He talks training. So check him out. He is really amazing. And thank you so much for coming, Ron. I really appreciate it. So now, as I was saying before, another thing you can do, and one thing, this is something people I'm not sure is aware of, but you know your screenshots right here? Okay. Your screenshots can lag you down tremendously. So what I recommend to you is when your screenshots get to be about, I don't know, 10 gigabyte, even 5 gigabyte, I would go as far. You may want to take these screenshots out and put them on an external drive. Now, one of the things I use personally, and I have it right here on my desk, see if I can pull it out and show you. It's kind of big, so I may have some difficulty. Yeah, I'm going to have some difficulty pulling it out. But I use a 4 terabyte external drive, and that houses all my screenshots. In fact, I have screenshots from 10 years. Not kidding when I say this. 10 years ago that I keep and I like look back on because it's fun to look back at your game sometimes and see what you did and who your Sims were at the time. So that is what I do to keep my game running in tip-top condition. And just to let you know, those 2 files will always regenerate after you finish your game. So when you restart your game, just check your client DB and your local thumb cache and see how big it is. And if you feel you're lagging a little bit, try deleting those 2 files. That may help you in the long run. And that's what I do personally for maintenance of my game. I also, like I said, I put my screenshots on my external drive, and I also keep a backup on a smaller thumb drive that's about maybe, I would say, about 2 terabyte. It's a small one, it's about yay big. And I just keep some recent backups on there. Anything crucial, though, that I really want to keep as a firm backup, I keep it on my 4 terabyte external. So that is basic maintenance, I think, to really keep your game tip-top condition. Another thing I do, and I can show you this actually in game. Let's see if we can bring up the game here. Okay, we'll bring up the game. I'm going to launch it from the desktop. There we go. And I'll wait until it comes up. And I'm going to go exit out for a minute while it loads up. And I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay. Window. Let's see. All right. Okay, I think you can see it now. Nope, can't see it. All right. Try that one more time. Whoops. Try that one more time. Okay, window. Huh, okay. It doesn't want to do that. Okay. Let me just bring that down. I don't know if you can see this. Wait until this loads up. But one thing I do whenever I save my game, a lot of people just click the save button to save their game. And I used to do this too. And I always, oh, cool. All right, yeah, I'll get those. Thanks. Yay, claimed it. Okay. So those are, of course, the happy at home login event. I've gotten all the rewards so far. All right, so let me just go here and I'm going to go ahead and window that. Let's see, window, apply changes. Yeah, why not? Okay, there we go. Okay, now I should be able to do it. No, no. All right, let me bring that up. Okay, you can see it. All right, so basically, when I go to save a game, after I save it, I always use what's called the save as function. Let me pull up just a game just to show you. So we're going into the game, and let's just say, you know, I want to save the game. I never use the save function. I always use save as. And what this does is it does create a separate game, but you're not piling it, you know, on top of existing games. And basically, every time you save, that's what you're doing. You're just saving constantly the same game over and over again. And over time, that can get laggy. And I have been running, I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been running the same game since I first launched in 2014. And you might be thinking, well, how do you do that? Well, and not have these problems. That's how I do it. I basically take a little maintenance to make sure my game is running well, and I use the save as function when I exit the game. So we're back in the game over here. It took forever to come up. And I'm going to go ahead and just save a game, and we're going to call it test. So I did save as, not save. And I'm going to save that. And I don't know why the monitor is blinking out like that. That must be StreamYard. Okay. And you might be wondering, well, how's your game run so smoothly on your computer? I do have a high-end gaming computer. It is a AMD Ryzen. I believe I have a 3.5 gigahertz, if I'm not mistaken, and 32 gigabyte of RAM running. So that also matters, what your system's resources are. And I spent a great deal of time in IT in my past career, and I can tell you that your system resources are essential. So if you're running kind of laggy, you know, recheck your system resources, see if you're running properly. If you're running on a laptop that has 8 gigabyte and Sims 4 is requiring you to have 16 gigabyte, then that's on you, not on the Sims, because your game is lagging severely because of your system's resources. Also, if you have a video card that may not have, I would say minimum 4 gigabyte. My video card is a NVIDIA RTX, runs at 6 gigabyte. So if you have a video card that may have 2 gigabyte, for instance, that could be an issue. And also, if you have a processor that is, let's say, 6, 7, 8 years old, that's an issue. And a lot of people say, well, PCs are expensive, upgrades are expensive. Yes, they are. Especially nowadays, they are. But if you keep your computer in good condition and you are able to upgrade and you can afford to upgrade, in fact, sometimes you might even want to get a newer system because upgrades can cost as much as a newer system. And a newer system could be more better for you on a budget than getting a regular full-on upgrade. So you could look into that as well. That's something that you may not be aware of. So those are some tips and tricks on maintenance that I use to improve my game. I hope that that helps you out too. And it's just this little bit of knowledge that really will help you, you know, get more out of your game in the long run. And if you notice my game is running a little bit laggy, well, yeah, I'm running StreamYard right now. So that's taking some resources away as well. And of course, if you like this platform, I recommend StreamYard 100% for live streaming. My friend Ron Harris and I have been using it for years, and it is really fantastic for live streaming. And it's very affordable. And links down in the description in this live stream, so you could go ahead and pick it up yourself. Now, I do want to just touch on this supposed leak that happened. Now, I did say recently, and my friend Sierra from Bagel Sims is going to say, but Jen, yeah, you said you weren't going to talk about that. Well, I thought about it, and I do want to talk about it a little bit, but I didn't want to make a full-on video about it. So let me just bring up my Twitter account here, and we're going to talk about this link. I'm not going to show the box art. I can't show it anyway because it was taken down on Twitter. And of course, this leak was presented by Anadias. But if this leak is true, and I'm not saying it is true, but if this leak is true, this is an expansion that I'm looking forward to. I like the features of this expansion. I like the I really like the way they're presenting it. It looks like it could be a lot of fun gameplay wise. And I'm a big gameplay simmer. I'm not so much a builder. I'm okay with building. I'm not great, but in terms of being a gameplay junkie for The Sims, oh yeah, 100%, 100%. So let me bring up that Twitter account. And here it is. And this is my Twitter, GXSimmer on Twitter, if you'd like to follow me. And let me go to my profile, and this is the leak from Anadius. And let's just take a look at this leak for a minute. I'm going to go ahead back to StreamYard. Okay, good. All right, so here we are. And as you can see, it looks really interesting. I think that this is something that is really in depth, but I also think about this is very similar to what we see in Sims 2 and to a point Sims 3. Sims 2, in my opinion, had one of the best attraction systems and, you know, compatibility, chemistry systems ever. I mean, if you look at this and then you look at Sims 2, it's very similar. I'm not going to say identical, but very similar if this is the real deal. Now, again, we have to say this is an alleged, this is alleged. This is not fact. This could possibly be a hoax for all we know. But Anadius has been pretty much on the money with these leaks, so I don't know. Also, I thought maybe the expansion pack would leak. This would not leak, but arrive. The expansion pack trailer, sorry, would come out this week. I thought it might come out on a Tuesday, but it did not. I think after this, though, we might see the expansion pack trailer come out very soon. As we know, there is a sale going on The Sims 4. And if you look at The Sims 4, let me bring up the EA app for a second. All right. Gonna go ahead and stop the screen. Let's bring up EA app. All right, there we go. All right, so there's EA app. And if you look at The Sims 4, you'll see that everything is on sale right now. And when they do these sales, you know that a trailer for something is coming out. That you know that some kind of content is going to be coming out. That's been kind of the map that they've followed, the methodology they've used. And you can see that for rent is on sale $29.95, $29.99. Personally, I think that is way too high for rent. I think it should be dropped down to the same price as Growing Together at $19.99. I think the horse rent should be $19.99 as well. But you know what? It is reduced. And if you are looking to buy full rent, that is way cheaper than it is normally. So I'd recommend it. And they also have some game packs on sale, including Werewolves and Vampires, and some stuff packs as well, including Crystal Creations, which is reduced to $7.99. So that's pretty cool. Okay. But I think we'll be seeing a trailer for the expansion drop, I would say, before the end of the month. It looks very likely that they're going to do that. Overall, I think if this expansion looks pretty good if these leaks are confirmed. But also, I just need to say that, let's bring that up one more time. Okay, here it is. All right. So let me just say this, that if this expansion pack is the real deal, I would love to see this launch, without the amount of bugs and glitches that we've seen in previous expansions and game packs, stuff packs. And I know that bugs and glitches happen in expansion packs, but the amount of bugs and glitches that have happened in Sims 4 is really not fair to the Sims 4 community that buy these packs, that stand behind this game. People like me who have been playing the game for over 10 years, and people who have been playing the Sims franchise like me for over 20 years. And I have played since the first Sims 1 game launched. As you can see, I've got Sims Complete Collection right there, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite games. And sometimes I do play it and have a lot of fun playing that, as well as Sims 2 and Sims 3. But I think that this is something that they really need to step up in their quality control. And I've said that their quality control needs to make sure that the game launches fluidly without the amount of bugs and glitches that we've seen previously. That would really be important for us as a community, I think, to see that. And I really hope that they get their act together and they launch this pack well. I think that it does seem like a lot of fun, and I would be interested in a pack like that. But you know what? We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be it for today's live stream. I'd like to thank you for joining me if you joined me today. And of course, if you like this content, like, share, subscribe, click notifications so you always know when I'm coming out with another video. This was my first face cam. This was my first live stream. I hope that you have a tremendous day or evening wherever you are. And I'll see you next time on GXSimmer Rants. Take care. Bye-bye.